What's up everybody, my name's Sawyer Hartman and today I'm going to show you my office tour. It's not that big, but it is extremely functional and it's been very well thought out. And this is technically the last video I'm ever going to shoot in here because tomorrow we start packing up all of this shit to move it to Florida. So I wanted to show you my office, show you around, explain why things are the way they are, because that's what I like to watch. So I think we start where we just started. I'll just show you from right here. This is the YouTube backdrop that you've been seeing over the last few videos. This is where I film all my videos. Now for YouTube, I've tried to make it as easy as possible. So as you'll see, I have an Aperture, what is this? I have an Aperture 120D Mark II, and it just sits here. It lives up here. I bolted it into the ceiling so that the lighting is always professional and just ready for me to come in and film a video. We'll get over to the backdrop, but this is what we filmed those videos on right here. This is a Canon EOS C70 cinema camera with a 50mm RF 1.2. We just have it on a little tripod here and it lives here. We can come in, all of the settings stay the same. We click record, we click the light on, and I'm ready to go. And it was only this year that I decided to actually create a set where you could just sit down and film. I don't know what I'd been thinking all along. So come on over. So this is my camera backdrop. This is what you see in the background of my videos. I'll kind of walk you through things a little. Obviously we have the Canon Cinema Primes up here. Those are all of the cinema level lenses. Those are my favorites. A lot of our RF and EF lenses. We ran out of room, but the Leica ones are tucked behind there. And then we have some of our favorite cameras. This, obviously, I don't think needs any introduction. You guys are the whole reason I have that. This is probably my most prized possession in the entire world. My YouTube play button. These are all vintage Polaroids. 1971, 1981, 1985. And that actually took all of these beautiful pictures on the wall, like someone's butt, beautiful women, my fiance, my buddy Drew, who's holding the camera right now. This is my memory wall. I like Polaroids because you snap a photo, you don't try to get it perfect, you don't do it 100 times. What you get is what you get. And that's kind of what photography honestly means to me. As you'll notice, there's photos all around. Some of my favorite photos I've taken. This is actually the first photo I ever took when I was 9 years old. Can't believe I got it in focus and exposure. I still struggle with that shit today. I guess we'll just start coming over here. I'll move this out so you can see. This is what sits to the right of me in videos that you never get to see. We've got Marcus Aurelius, an alien, Jesus Christ, Albert Einstein, and that is, oh, what's his name? He's an author, some old white guy who used to write books. And then, you know, just notebooks, random shit, phone that we shot a video for last week. I actually 3D printed this in the studio. I'll show you in the back, but I have a lot of memory cards. This was actually the first amount of money I ever got paid in my life. I was an extra in an Usher music video, and I was so proud of it, I framed it instead of spending it. I just love this. A viewer gave me this years ago, but it's an awesome dot drawing of my buddy Hitch, who passed away last week. It always makes me tear up. I love this thing. And there's a little Polaroid of them. Over here, if you just want to turn and look, we've got a standing desk that I never stand at. I bought it because I was like, maybe I'll be more active. No. And then I guess that opens us up to what's right outside of frame in my YouTube videos. This is the music corner. I like to play music. I'm not very good at it, but this is where I sit and these are some of the things I play. I have a piano that is not turned on. Got a cool John Mayer PRS guitar, a Martin acoustic. This is B.B. King's guitar, Lucille. And then this is a 1969 Fender Stratocaster. I guess I collect them more than I play them, to be honest. I just find it really cool. But occasionally I'll sit here, get some creative juices flowing, and the room is soundproof so nobody has to hear how badly I suck. If you look up, I've got children's stars all over my ceiling because I'm pretty much a kid in a museum. So sometimes when I'm stressed out, I will turn all the lights off in here and I will just sit and look at the stars because I'm kind of a weirdo. And then, as you know, Like all of these lights change colors. I've shown you in YouTube videos, so we don't need to do that again. So before we go back into the odd back room that I don't think anyone's ever seen because it's filled with things that are semi-legal, we'll go over here to a bookshelf. Got a ton more cameras, all of the lenses that aren't pretty enough to make it into the backdrop. 100 GoPros, point and shoot cameras, underwater housings, and drones. This thing that was filled with scotch, but I drank it all. And I honestly love psychology. I've struggled with depression my whole life. So I've got a ton of books here that if you ever need a book recommendation on mental health or psychology or why humans do what they do, I have the recommendation for you. We even have a Buddhist monk bowl. Check this out. Yeah, I've broken one of these before. I got too into it. My life is just filled with adult toys. Not like the creepy kind your stepmom has, but like ones that you can buy as an adult. More photos from my past. A Mickey Mouse I've had since I was a baby. And other little trinkets from when I was a child. Seashells I collected with my mom when I was like 5 years old. This actually, sorry, this was a dog bed. It still is. Hitch used to come in here all the time. Ollie doesn't hang out with us that much unless we have food, so it's not getting used so much these days. And then these three guys are, I used to grow up skateboarding a ton, and I skated girl decks. And these are all girl decks that were limited edition, made to look like some of my favorite film. And then over here, this is the last thing before we go into the other room. This is another desk where my buddy Drew, who works with me, who's holding the camera right now, he works. 70-inch bad boy I picked up for half price on Black Friday. Oh, well, I guess people care about this. I showed it one time, but this is my powerhouse editing computer with an NVIDIA RTX Quattro. This thing's a complete beast. I did a video for this company, Origin and PNY, last year, and they gave it to me. And it's freaking a beast for playing Escape from Tarkov. And then I'll take you back into the back office, into the back room here. It's the least polished part of the office because I never show it in videos. It's actually the first time I think I've ever shown it. It's half gun room, half camera stuff, so come on back. It was a bathroom before and I couldn't turn it not into a bathroom. So I have kind of made it work for me. Over here, I've got another workbench. This is literally a workbench filled with camera gear, literally tons of batteries and chargers. Got another couple like professional, the Aperture 120Ds. They're my favorite lights to use. I just keep them just in case we need them. Louis Vuitton Mickey, because I think someone gave it to me. I swear I'm not douching. I didn't buy this myself. I promise. Not really a ton going on back here. Camera storage, more storage over here of random shit that wouldn't fit in the rest of the office. My 3D printer, where I print a lot of camera parts that don't exist that I want. I like designing them on an iPad. Then over here is the bathroom. We've got a picture of me and my grandma, me and my best friend growing up. This is my lovely fiance when she was a child. Just look at how ridiculous that photo is. And then, yeah, it's a sink. You've seen those before. A bunch of knives. These aren't even the nice ones. These are just the ones I figured I'd put out for the video. I love knives. I'm a guy. Me and Peter McKinnon text all the time. Whenever we get a cool knife, we send each other pictures. This is the John Wick bathroom. I didn't know what else to do, so I kept the toilet because nature calls, but I just built everything around it. So I've got a massive gun safe here. I won't show you in there, but it's all still there, peeking in. Up top, you have magazines, bunch of more ammo, helmets, night vision that someone gave me, which is pretty freaking cool. But you know, random stuff, an American flag, America things. I'm gonna fit it in Florida fine. Just some training guns here. These are all airsoft that we used to use on the airsoft range. Randomly have bulletproof vests back here. I just really like, a lot of people who live in Hawaii are military, so I spend a lot of time training with friends who are in the military. I'm not just like a prepper, I just have a lot of fun, I guess, playing dress up with people who do this as a profession. And that's it. I really wanted to make this like a John Wick room. I obviously was not on a John Wick budget, so this is what we've got. And then this was my shower and bathtub, which if you come look, it is the opposite of that now. I built shelving, and we've got Ronins, lights, studio lights, more lenses, studio light, more gear, battery powered, those strobe lights that, if I haven't shown you guys in a while, we'll do a video about these in Florida. My buddy Drew, who's holding the camera, is actually coming with us to Florida. And one of the things we want to do is build an entire photo studio in the garage. So these lights are extremely nice. They're by Braun Color, and they're battery powered, like professional level photo strobes. More sliders, motorized dollies, more camera gear parts, steady cams, shoulder rigs, and big umbrella soft boxes. It's gonna be a nightmare to pack this up. This has been my office. This is my haven. This took me 3 years to get exactly the way I wanted. And I got it exactly the way I wanted like 3 weeks ago. And now I have to unpack, or now I have to pack it all up and completely dismantle and destroy it and try to do it all over again. This is where we're at. It breaks my heart to have to take this place apart completely and start all over again. But I'm also excited because the office we have at the new place is a little bit bigger, as well as I've converted the entire garage into another man cave. So we are going to be building out a lot of fun stuff. Photo studios, YouTube backdrops, editing bays. I'm going to try my absolute hardest to document it and actually show you guys like how we come up with the ideas, how we design each little, as you can tell, it's like little stations for activities and different tasks. I think this office is super functional. So we'll be going over that in Florida. I think we'll be documenting actually why we're building things and trying to build them and us failing repeatedly over and over again, but trying to make the best possible photography and filmmaking studio that we can. Other than that, I love you guys very much. Thanks for hanging out with me inside my studio. And you know, in Cribs fashion, get the hell out. Go, get out. No, leave, okay? All right, I love you. And if you try to come rob us, just remember that none of this shit is here anymore. It has all been moved out, so don't even try to rob us, okay? It is not worth your time. You saw my gun safe. I love you guys. Bye.